Welcome back to your favorite Sacramento sports show,
Beam City Sports.
We are back here at the Beam City Sports Bar. I got my boys with me, Luke, Devin, and Jackson. How we all feeling on this beautiful Saturday night?
I'm feeling like Tyrese Haliburton right now, not gonna lie.
Hey.
I don't know, I've had a great day. I've been cruising, and I don't know, I've been killing some stuff. Pardon the ghetto bird right now.
Yeah, shout out to the ghetto bird.
Shout out the ghetto bird. But shout out Tyrese Haliburton.
Yes.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
Yes, sir. How we feeling over there?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty sure I said, we could probably go back and find it, but I think I said Pacers going up 2-0.
Hey, find
They're
the clip.
halfway,
Say it.
they're halfway done with that, and, it's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm going to be feeling even better when that happens. Pacers, they might sweep.
He's a Pacers fan.
We say find the clip, but we're not going to put a clip.
No, yeah. You guys can.
How you feeling, Jackson?
Feeling good. Patron got me feeling good. Ready for game 2,
Yes,
honestly.
sir. Game 2 is Sunday night. This episode will be coming out Sunday morning. So tune in for all your NBA Finals preview and our overview of Game 1. The craziest Game 1 maybe in NBA Finals history. I think we should just jump right into it. NBA Finals Game 1, the Pacers won 111-110. Tyrese Haliburton hit the game winner over Casey Wallace with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. One of the craziest shots I've ever seen in NBA Finals history. That man is the clutchest player in the league.
Should he have won Clutch Player of the Year over Brunson?
At this point, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Playoffs should count.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have some
For
argument
awards?
against that. I'm gonna have
For
some
awards, it
argument
should be
against that.
regular season.
Yeah, okay.
I think
Like-
it still goes to Brunson, but
Yeah.
Halliburton this playoff run has been
Because the
generationally
clutch
good.
player of the year could also go to some lower seed too. So I'm gonna put that on a different.
Should have been Bron.
But this playoff is probably one of the most historical clutch playoff runs in NBA history.
It's the most ever in a playoff
What is he
run.
now? 8 for 8 on game tying, the game winning in the
postseason,
postseason.
Game one of every single playoff series, he's hit a game winner.
Well, not game 1.
They
Two
won
game
every
ones.
game
Or
one.
two
The
game
Knicks
ones.
and the
Two
yeah.
game ones.
Knicks
Yeah.
and Thunder. Yeah.
But
He has hit a game winner in every series.
every series.
Every
Yes.
series.
Listen, if he got the ball and it's the last possession of the game, you're cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked.
Even if you're down 50.
Yeah, shout out to the Pacers, man. They came back from down 15 points in the fourth quarter. They end the game on a 12-2 run. Playoff teams, when they were trailing by 9 or more in the final 3 minutes of an NBA Finals game, were 0-182. They are now 1-182. That is the Pacers. They
feel like-
also had 25
I
turnovers.
feel like we see a stat like that every single time.
Yeah.
The Pacers do this shit.
They do.
Well,
Every single time.
I feel like every year now, like no matter what team it is, we see some sort of stat go from 700 in this or 200 in this to 1. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's happening every single year now in this playoffs, just because the skill level in basketball right now is just jumping to a whole new level.
It seems like a 3-1 lead or anything like that just isn't as safe as it used
It's
to
not
be
safe.
anymore.
Yeah.
Realistically, any team can flip a switch and then that's it.
Yep.
And the whole series changes.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the Indiana Pacers' fourth comeback this playoffs by 15 or more points.
Throw them foes up.
Throw them foes up. Indiana Pacers are making a name for themselves, and they're putting the world on notice. That was also the Pacers' first lead of the entire game, is when Tyrese Haliburton hit that shot. They were down the whole game. Not 1 second they were leading.
0.3 seconds.
0.3 seconds
I
they
mean,
led.
I don't know how much more sustainable it's going to be through the rest of this finals matchup, but
We said this for the first 3 rounds. I'm not gonna lie.
that and the team's just feeling like they're never out of any game. So I mean, when you got a team feeling like that, no matter how sustainable it is, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
When 4 starters shoot 40+% from 3, and then Halliburton's out there orchestrating everything, it's such a hard team to beat.
And then Pascal and Howley, the two top players of their team, 19 points and 14 points.
They didn't even have big nights. No one had a big
No
night.
one had 20 points for the Pacers this year.
Yeah, no
or
one.
Tonight. Like, how are
Just
you
was
gonna beat this team if you're
Team
losing to a
effort,
team that
6
doesn't have?
guys in double figures.
It's insane right there.
Yeah.
San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich, shout
Hey,
out.
that's a good comparison, actually. I've also seen a lot of
I said that
comparisons
earlier.
to the Thunder, this Thunder team, to that first Warriors team that won. But I'm seeing more comparisons with this Pacers team to the Warriors team, and I'm comparing Tyrese Haliburton and Steph Curry. Tyrese Haliburton might be the Eastern Conference version of Steph Curry in the upcoming
I
future.
wouldn't even. I don't know. It's a lot.
He's on the MVP level,
Yeah.
but he is his own. But it's very similar
It's
to
a
what the
lot
Warriors
different because I think that offense is centered around Curry
Yeah.
to where, as this one, like we just went through, nobody with 20 points, nobody really had that amazing game. It was all spread out.
Yeah.
So I feel like Tyrese kind of, I won't say fits the way that the Pacers want to play more than Curry would fit that way, because that one's built around Curry. But Tyrese definitely works a lot more in the flow of this style.
I got to disagree with you, Tyler.
Yeah.
I don't think Tyrese is anywhere near like Stephen Curry.
Hey,
like,
I'm the Steph Curry. I'm the Steph Curry
Yeah.
guy. That is my go.
The way that the team rallies behind him that we've seen this playoffs is the same way, but his play style just is I can't compare it at all.
Yeah.
I can't compare it.
I'm just saying the team for team aspect. They were comparing the Thunder to that first Warriors year, and I don't see it, but I see it more on the Pacers side of this upcoming young team that's drafted all their own talent pretty much. Andrew Nembhard and like all those guys, Miles Turner, they drafted those guys.
Okay, in that
they're
aspect,
big parts of the team.
aspect, yes, but I'm just comparing the player to player aspect.
Obviously, Tyrese Haliburton is not Steph Curry,
I just think,
but
he gets guarded
I'm
like him
tired
right now.
of I'm tired of player comparisons to other players because there's a new brand of player every time.
That's a good point.
We can say Tyrese is similar to. I mean, I'm going to say he's similar to Steve Nash.
That's your boy.
At the same time, he's more of a scorer than Steve Nash.
Those Suns teams, that's who I've been making the comparison to the whole time. They just run such a fast-paced offense, and the team is just so run and gun, and it's orchestrated perfectly. Yeah. But I did see back to the Steph Curry comparison. I saw a stat, and it was like this playoffs, Haliburton's guarded like ninth. Like out of all the other players, he's guarded most tight off ball, like ninth out of them. Like Steph is the first, six.
Yeah.
It's like each game. So Haliburton was guarded the tightest in that last game against New York, like eighth, and then Steph was the first 7.
Yeah. So I mean, if your defense is built around stopping Tyrese Haliburton, you're not going to win that game because he just gets other guys involved and lets other guys, do their thing. Shout out to Obi Toppin with 17 points off the bench after coming in the game and turning the ball over multiple times in that first quarter. That was with everyone on the Pacers in that first quarter. But Obi Toppin ended up hitting a bunch of shots at 17 points and 5 rebounds off the bench.
Thanks for shouting him out because I mean, in that Knicks series, he went like 1 for 11 from 3 until that last game, and he hit 3 clutch threes. Ever since then, he's been hitting shots.
Yeah.
So he's coming alive at the right time. Shout out Obi because, I mean, killed his former team, the Knicks.
Yeah.
And now he's back in the finals.
Yeah.
Him, Hartenstein, and another person continuing the 79-year streak of a former or current Knick player in the finals.
That's a crazy pool.
79 years of a former Knick player that has been in the finals. The Knicks, though, haven't had a final since the
73.
70s.
Oh,
Yeah,
73.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, 99.
Yeah,
yeah,
because it's been
Spurs.
25 years.
It's still been 79 years.
Yeah, that's
And
a
there's
long
been a
time.
current or a former Knick player.
crazy.
In the
Every
finals.
year?
Every year.
Yep.
That is
For 79
insane.
years.
That's hard to believe.
That's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable. Shout out to the brand.
I don't believe.
But yeah, I was going to give my ICU pick to Obi Toppin, but I had to go with one of my favorite players in the league. Andrew Nembhard came to
God
play
damn
in
it.
that fourth quarter. He only had 14 points, but it was the most important 14 points
Shit, it was
out
all
of
in that
any
fourth
quarter.
quarter.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, then
there's-
I mean, Obi's my ICU.
Okay.
That's my ICU.
Yeah, and you had to go with either one of those two guys. Andrew Nembhard, though, we got to talk about it. Cooking Shai in that fourth quarter with
Cross
under
between
2 minutes
you.
left.
tween cross.
Tween cross, tween cross, tween cross.
Sounds like a GTA cheat code, man.
Bro, that's
It does sound like a GTA cheat code. But
That's
Andrew Nembhard
invincibility.
really put the team on his back in that fourth quarter. He was the one handling the ball in the clutch times in that game. Haliburton was kind of off the ball, sitting in the corner, letting Lou Dort, base guard him as hard as he possibly could. Pause.
And he was-
But Andrew Nembhard was, running the show for that team in the fourth quarter, making things happen, leading that comeback.
And he was locking up on the other end,
Also
too.
locking up his former Canadian counterpart, Shai.
Yeah.
And I know he was talking some trash.
Oh,
I saw a stat.
100%.
Mark Jackson. He would have said Canadian on Canadian.
It's a crime he's not the one announcing it.
Bro, I wish
There goes that mate.
this finals would be so much better. Get out of coaching. Nobody wants you.
Yeah.
Just come back to announcing.
We need the NBA Finals, aura back. We need the trophy on the court. We need Mark Jackson back in the announcing booth. Also, Mike Breen, I love you as an announcer, but we needed a bang on that Tyrese Haliburton.
Wait,
He saves it
pull-up.
for threes.
I know he
Yeah.
saves it for threes, but that was
Lame.
one of the clutchest shots in finals history.
Wait, can we-
But I understand it though. I
Yeah.
understand it because I mean, a three is like that's kind of It's like for a game winner too.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Can we kind of talk about the lame like TV coverage? Like, I'm glad next year. I'm glad next year the NBA is going back to NBC.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what
ESPN.
No, NBC.
No, NBC. The TNT show is going to ESPN.
That's what I was thinking about,
it's going back. NBC's getting it back. They're trying to get baseball on Saturday nights from ESPN. Like, I just think that the way it used to be presented was so much better. There's not even a trophy on the court anymore. Like, they used to put the big finals trophy in the middle of the court. Like, the presentation is just, it's kind of been... And I'm glad they're going back to the NBC because I think they'll do much better. Like, what they've been doing with football for the last 20 years, like, I think it'll be on that level and it'll be a lot better than this year.
Yeah.
I feel like this finals right now, like, obviously, I mean, I shouted out Pee Wee last week, like, with the whole, like, why do you give him like all this?
You're not getting paid from the ratings, bro. I know it's the lowest rated game one NBA Finals, whatever. You're not getting paid for that.
It's probably one of the most entertaining games in the NBA Finals
also,
for a long time.
A lot of the viewers are on Stream E, so that doesn't count to the like, viewership.
It's kind of more the presentation I'm talking about. Like, they didn't even do the opening lineups. Like, they didn't show that.
I feel like this finals right here is gonna boost future finals. Like, starting now, because I think the NBA is starting to realize that we're looking for some sort of a viewership, a
production,
better production of something we're seeing on TV right now. Because not like, I mean, everybody's kind of got a little bit of brain rot. I feel like kind of just watching. Let's speed through this. Let's get to this point. But when we're coming to things that we really care about, like the NBA Finals, we need something that you care for us. We've been watching the NBA for the whole season, and now you're just like pumping this dog poop out at the end of the season.
In the last 10 years, NBA and ESPN have taken away the trophy in the middle of the court.
That's the thing.
The finals logo from the court. See, ads everywhere.
YouTube TV is all over the place.
Jeff Van Gundy, and got rid of TNT.
Like, everything that I was having a problem.
Just ridiculous.
Even the intros, like Dev said, with the starting lineups and stuff. Like, before the game even started, I noticed that the intro video that they used to have in like 2018, they used to cook with those.
Oh yeah,
they used to have the J. Cole ATM beat with LeBron. Every time I see those videos, I'm like, damn, they were cooking.
I want to say they tried to do it this year.
No, it was horrible.
Well, I want to say they tried to do it because they had like the Sweet Emotion commercial from.
See, that's cool.
That, I mean, but they only aired it like a couple of times.
I'm talking about before the game starts.
Well, that's the thing.
They had a song from the new Lil Wayne album, and I'm sorry, Lil Wayne, you're one of my favorite rappers. It's a miss. It's a miss. I know. It's a miss.
Hey, shout out the Island of the Sun. He did the Island of the Sun cover.
Remix? Oh, yeah. Well, they used one of the songs for that, and it just wasn't hitting like the same NBA Finals that we know and love. So it's just kind of sad to see. Also on Mike Breen, though, he kind of fumbled the Andrew Nemhard tween, step back,
that
three.
Should have been a bang.
That should have been a bang. He fumbled that, and he said the score wrong. He stuttered, and I know Mike Breen is hard on himself, and he's going to admit that he fumbled that. So I think he's one of the best announcers of all time, but still, I wanted more from him.
How old is Mike Breen?
He's up there.
I will say, like,
he's in the 70s at least.
70s is crazy.
Mike Breen?
He's got
70s.
I'm looking it up.
70s.
Mike Breen's been around for a while.
70s is crazy. 70s is definitely crazy.
If he's 70, he looks good. Pause. I'm just saying.
He's 64. Hey, he's getting up.
Y'all saying
he almost is 70.
That's
right.
I was saying close to 70. I was going to say close to 70.
Yeah. Well,
shouting out all those, I mean, that's got to take some toll on your brain. Like, taking all these, I mean, those names and stats and everything, like, it's got to be a lot, man.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely love Mike Breen as an announcer. Not mad that he was announcing the game, but definitely fumbled that a little bit.
He's going to come back game 2.
He's going to come back with some stuff. Yeah, for sure. Well, some other guys, Miles Turner with 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The big shot was that bank 3. The bank three off the step back.
That was actually insane.
Crazy. After he hit that, I knew the Pacers were going to go on some crazy run.
The
Black Magic is out again.
Bro, they got something
Black
going on
Magic
over there.
is out
Nothing
again.
you can do, bro.
There's nothing you can do.
That's like Matthew Dellavedova on Steph when he's just doing stuff and then throws the ball up, it goes in. It's like, what you gonna do, bro?
Salem witch trials going out in Indiana.
The devil resides in Gary, Indiana.
Hey, it might.
Hey, that sounds like
you don't want to know what's going on in that Pacers locker room.
Something. I know who resides is from something.
Yeah, it is a movie.
That sounds like a good movie, right? Indiana.
Well, some more crazy stats on this game. The Pacers had 25 turnovers, and the Thunder only had 6. No team has ever committed 25 turnovers in an NBA Finals game and won in the past 40 years.
Pacers are
19 in the first half.
19
in the first half.
Yeah. So they
but the
toned it
Thunder
down
only
in the
had
second
6
half.
in the whole game?
6 in the whole game.
And
they
people
won
were
the
talking
game.
about how the Pacers shot
That
like
sounds
lights out and
fishy.
stuff, but I'm like, bro, they turned the ball over 25 times.
I think the Thunder took almost 20. I think it was 18 more shots than the Pacers.
Yeah.
And
It's a crazy
They took
number.
18 more total shots than the Pacers.
Hey,
And
good
most of
defense,
those were
Cindy.
Shai.
Good defense.
Most of
Cindy.
those were Shai. Shai had 38 points, 14 of 30 from the field, 7 of 8 free throws. Not mad
But
at it.
that's exactly
he had
what
a
you
good
want
game
from your MVP,
Yeah.
is to shoot that many shots.
He came out aggressive. He scored 11 points in the first quarter, was walking to the basket, but no one else on the Thunder really stepped up besides Lou Dort. Shout out Lou Dort. He had 5 threes.
5 threes,
Five
5
threes.
for 7, 5
Yeah.
or 4 or 5 steals. He was good.
I hate them.
He was
The role
great.
players stepped up. The role players were solid.
Caruso had a big night. Hartenstein was pretty good off the bench. I was
Will.
surprised that they played AJ Mitchell off the bench, the rookie.
I think
that was
Dagnall
very
got
surprising.
kind of spooked.
Yeah.
honestly.
Wait.
Because they have guys that should have been playing over him. I think Isaiah Joe didn't play much either.
Yeah.
Wiggins didn't play much either.
Yeah.
Where was Lamar Jackson at, man?
What?
I'm joking.
Were you guys surprised that that he went away from Hardenstein in the starting lineup?
Yeah, that was a big point for me. Was
Who's starting over? Who
they
started
started
over him?
Case and Wallace, who got cooked on the final play.
And
I
Chet,
like his
starting,
I
I
don't
feel like-
like that for Chet.
Yeah, Chet only had 6
Because-
points, and he went 2 of 9 from the field. And also J-Dub was 6 of 19 from the field with 17 points.
So Casey Wallace, I don't have an issue with him starting because he can shoot the ball but also play some good perimeter defense, I feel like, at the same time. With Chet starting, you can get up and down the court, but with Casey, they have a little bit more pace. I feel like they're trying to match the pace with the
That's
Pacers,
what it was.
right? They're just trying to match the pace.
That's what it
right
was.
But
there. But coming down the stretch, they got to take him out.
Yeah.
Just because they were up. They had the lead, and then in the last few seconds, they could have dribbled the ball out a little bit longer and got fouled.
Yeah.
I will say that's the part of your Warriors Pacers comparison that I do agree with is that they're going to play their certain style of way, and you're either going to have to match it or you're going to have to figure something out.
Yeah.
And that's what the Thunder tried to do, and it didn't work. So
Yeah.
that's why I do agree with that team-wise comparison.
I mean, I was confused that they didn't start Hartenstein and Chet together because that's kind of plays to their advantage on the offensive glass and the size advantage. But they did try and match, the pace of the Pacers and started Case and Wallace, and it looked like it worked out in the first half. They were forcing turnovers left and right.
Yeah.
They looked like the way better team on every aspect.
19 turnovers in the first half. It worked out beautifully.
Chet and Hardenstein played 0 minutes together in this game.
Interesting.
And they've started together this whole playoff
Which is a terrible choice.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You got to play to your strengths. You
Especially
can't
because
try and adjust to the
They
how
dominated the whole playoffs with them playing together.
Yeah.
And then you
Chet's
go into the
been
first game of the finals and you
better
don't
at
play
the
him
four
together.
all year.
Yeah.
It's such a mismatch for him.
As much
And
as
then
I
now-
don't want them to win, I was questioning that the whole time.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
are they
Me too.
not on the court together
Yeah.
right
Rick
now?
Carlisle, he been there before. I mean,
knows
we
what
talked
to
about
do.
him being a better coach than
one of
Yeah.
the
Thibodeau. Thibodeau got fired 2 days later. We talked about that. I mean, he's not gonna adjust to something that maybe you do on the fly. He's gonna make you do that, and that's kind of what I like. And that's something that Mark Dagnall just got to kind of figure out. First finals appearance.
Yeah.
And I feel like the next game is going to be the same thing, even closer. Maybe come down to another game-winning shot. But
Yeah.
it's just going to.
OT, man.
Yeah.
The difference in the series might be coaching decisions.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
And
yeah.
Carlisle is one of the best 16 win coaches you want.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it in 2011 with Dirk. That team was significantly less talented than the Lakers, Thunder,
Yeah.
and Heat. Going against the Lakers, who just won back-to-back. Thunder, who had Russ, KD, Harden, and then you got Braun, Bosch, and Wade, and you win all those series in 5.
Based on coaching.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I got to give some love to my boy TJ McConnell, though. Came out in the first half and was really the only bright spot for the Pacers. Had 9 points in the first
I
half.
feel bad for him, man. His sister blew out her knee.
Oh, I didn't
first
know that.
game?
I didn't know
First
where you were
game.
going with that. I was
What did you say?
No, so
That's great.
I feel bad for TJ McConnell's sister debut game with the Phoenix Mercury, and she collided with Brax.
shout out to Braxton.
Shout out Brax.
And he's blind. He can see
But
it.
I forgot what her name was, but McConnell on Phoenix Mercury, TJ McConnell's sister, collided with someone on I think it was Seattle, and her knees
Damn.
I think it blew out, but I feel bad. First career game,
That's terrible.
Yeah, I feel
she
that.
just got signed
What
too.
team is she on?
Phoenix Mercury.
Oh, that's sick.
He was there too.
Not the injury,
Dude,
but
he was,
I mean, that's cool.
he was there. There was
That
a
was
video
the
of him
necessary
pulling up to the
sacrifice.
game and saw the whole thing happen. So.
Hey, he might be going even harder now. You know.
Oh, he's gonna his next
He
game.
might have
He's gonna drop 20. I'm saying TJ drops 20 next game for her.
It's
Hey,
not
that's
the
my
same,
point.
but he might have an Isaiah Thomas type of game.
Shout out TJ. All right, well, before we move on, Game 2 previews. Who we going with Game 2, Dev? I think I know who you're going with.
Pace.
Pacers.
I'm with Pacers on that.
Pace. Keep the pace. Keep playing the same way. You're gonna sweep.
Pacers in 6.
I'm not, dude.
Sirs and 6.
I mean, I said Pacers we're gonna win that by 5. Pacers by 10.
So you picked the Thunder to win it. You were the only one to pick the Thunder. Are you still rocking with that, or should we give you the FanDuel? You want to take your bet away? You want to take it away now?
I said I wanted the Pacers to win, but I'm predicting the Thunder.
Okay. Are you changing that prediction?
Yes.
Hey, let's go. We got a group full of Pacers fans up here now. Let's get it.
Pacers in 7.
7. I said it too. Pacers in 7.
From Indiana.
6.
Pacers in 7.
You rocking with Pacers in Game 2?
Hey,
I got him in 6. Yeah.
shout out my grandma though. She's from Oklahoma, so all love for the Thunder.
All love.
Gonna be the same.
I mean, I was a Thunder
They'll
fan
lose
with
game 3.
with
win game
Russ,
4.
Harden, KD, all love to the Thunder, but
Yeah.
it's not the same team. It's not the
Yeah,
same team.
for sure. Well, before we move on, Luke's Lock of the Week.
More history being made here.
Okay.
More history
What is it?
being made here on Beam City Sports.
Scared.
For the 3rd week in a row. and
Tyrese Haliburton?
It's Tyrese.
Oh my
For
God.
3 weeks in a row. I mean, who else was this going to go to?
I'm not mad at
Well
you.
You guys
deserved.
can, I'm excluding Nick Wilson last week because I picked him last week or this past Wednesday. But for basketball, 3 weeks in a row, Tyrese Haliburton. I would do anything for him to be back here in Sacramento.
Oh man, watching those Haliburton highlights today. I started.
Just don't watch
I'm
him,
not
bro.
mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm sad.
Yeah,
I got teary-eyed watching some highlights, and
Sacramento
And then
would
also, I saw a highlight where he was saying, "I'm here. I'm here in Sacramento. I want to be here. And that hurt me
that
there.
hurts.
So, shout out Tyrese.
Shout out Tyrese.
If you ever need a beer, come to Urban Roots, and I will pour you a beer for free. I will pour all the beers for you. I'll do anything for you, Tyrese. I'll do anything.
Just come back to Sacramento, please.
Just come back, please.
Yeah. All
Some
right.
point.
Well. All right. Let's fly through these last couple so we can get into that Sugar Sean fight. The Suns hired a new coach, Jordan Ott, first-time head coach. Was an assistant coach on the Cavs staff. Do we think this will turn around the Suns' future? And this is Devin Booker's 7th coach, ties for the most coaches of all time with a certain team.
Reset. Devin's going to request a trade just like De'Aaron Fox this year.
Okay.
He was involved with hiring him though.
He did.
That's the
Really?
thing. Yeah, so he
He
was
said he was
a
on
big
research,
piece in
yeah.
why. So I don't think he'll be gone, but I do think Beal and
KD's gone.
Katie's gone.
KD's gone.
They
I
already
think either
reduced his
San
price.
Antonio or
Beal's
Minnesota,
gone.
honestly. Who wants him though? And
No
who's
one.
he gonna? He's the only other
Bro, the
guy in
Kings
history
are-
to get a
They're
trade
gonna
clause.
buy
No
out
trade
Beal.
clause.
Take him for tomorrow.
Yeah.
$60 million contract.
Probably not. But how many coaches did DeMarcus Cousins play with in Sacramento? You saw it on the
That's kind of a well-known fact.
Yeah.
You want?
Well, I
want
thought
to see
it
if
was
I can
more.
name him?
Okay.
George Karl, Dave
Karl,
Yeager.
Dave Yeager. Was that DeMarcus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was there.
George
Yeah.
Karl hated him.
Okay.
Dave Yeager was the year after.
He was only for a year though.
Yeah.
Mike Malone.
Mike Malone. Damn, the next 3 are going to be tough. Screw 'em. The next 3 are tough. Yeah, I can only name 3. What are the... Yeah. My bad.
It's also
Keith Smart.
Was that the
he
first?
interim?
No, he was a real coach. Keith Smart.
That was
Keith
probably
Martin.
one of the earlier ones.
only won like 25 games
Yeah,
that year, probably.
for sure.
Yeah, tough stat.
Well,
Never want to go through head coaches like that.
Yeah.
17.
And I don't know, is a rookie head coach going to work out for the Suns? I mean, if they're resetting and trading KD and Beal, but like if you got a team of vets,
Suns
don't you
are
think
so
so?
the 8th
So,
seed next year.
it's just
ninth seed.
They won't even make the playoffs if they trade everybody and get young guys
done.
and get picks for KD. I mean, let's be
As
honest,
much
it's
as
going
I-
to be Booker, and he's going to want
Like,
out next year if they
As
don't
much
do
as I
anything.
love those young guys, like I mean,
Yeah.
especially their high energy, like they got some powerhouses like Duncan and everything like that, but they don't got nothing to break them through that point besides Devin Booker. And Devin Booker's not that kind of guy anymore.
Yeah. I still think he's top 2-3 shooting guard in the league.
I agree.
But he's not averaging 35 next year.
He averaged 28.
Yeah, he averaged 28, but it's not going to win him, 50 games that he needs?
Yeah.
40 games.
That team has so many issues.
They have a lot of things.
They have a lot of
They need
things
to
to
get out
change.
of cap salary hell first.
He's going to be the Jordan Poole of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is.
Look at Jordan Poole's jump
I would
stats.
say Beal from when he was on the Wizards.
Well, I'm just saying, Devin Booker is a better player than Jordan, obviously. Jordan Poole, but
Michael.
but Jordan Poole's stats this last year were like 28 points per game, 7 assists and 5 or
Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole, he had 25 points, 27.
No.
Probably 22.
I thought he jumped a little bit more.
No.
I mean, a good year, but out of Washington, it's tough.
I'm tripping, man.
It's tough. Well, before we close out, the NBA is considering, or they're going to have a European League in the next couple years.
21. Yep.
21 points
3 and
What did
5.
he have last year?
Bird's back.
17.
Okay, so I guess he jumped a bit. Okay. I thought he jumped from 20
I mean, he
to
actually, it was 20 with the Warriors his last year there, too.
I thought he jumped from 20 to 23 or 24.
Hey, I was just kidding.
Hey, shout out Jordan Poole. Pool party. Bring
Shout
him
out
back to
Jordan
Golden
Poole.
State, please.
Hey, come on, Dream.
Okay.
Oh, I have to cut that.
Definitely gonna have to cut a lot. But the NBA European League, it says they want 16 teams. Some cities include London, Manchester, Rome, and Munich.
They want 16 NBA teams?
No, 16 European
It's
NBA
Munich.
teams.
No,
Munich.
yeah,
So it would be a separate,
Yeah.
would it be? do
League?
they- yeah,
Yeah,
separate
a European league.
Okay.
I
So,
don't like
that'd be
that
cool.
at all.
Why? Get him paid.
Because
Don't they already have that?
EuroLeague is way better than having an NBA league.
I agree with that.
unless it's partnered.
No,
Because they've been talking about
'cause
partnering, right?
we don't. There's no need for a monopoly in Europe for the NBA, because it's going to take over everything. Everybody here from America is going to go over there and take over that league and take over the contracts and everything. Keep the European League the way it is right now. We already have enough skill and talent coming out of there that we could reap from. So having an NBA league out there I feel like is pointless, just because there's already the NBA Euro League plus more the African League and everything else.
Yeah, I like the European League. They should just
I
keep that.
think it's a complete unnecessary right now.
Look at these guys that are coming into the NBA.
100% of money
Going
grab.
crazy. Where'd they come? Where'd Luka
100%.
come from?
Adam Silver's the
Slovenia.
reason why there's no finals advertising on the court right now.
Yeah.
So if we go to European basketball, it's going to ruin their basketball. First of all, I feel like they're going to turn away from it, because European basketball is different from NBA and American
That's
basketball.
why, the top, 3 of the top 4
That's the
players in
thing.
the league
And then
are
the
all from
fan base
European
too.
players.
I'm going to Europe in August. I need to find a basketball game to go to while I'm out there, because I want to go to that kind of style.
I feel like they're trying
Pardon my
to
French.
do some NFL stuff where, the NFL goes over to the UK, to Germany, to Mexico to play games.
Yeah.
They already do
I
that.
mean, and they're trying to do a bunch
Just
of other
stay with
stuff
that.
to be just be your own thing, Adam
with
Silver. Don't try to be the NFL. You're doing good on your own. Like the NBA and the NFL, I'm not going to put one above the other. Maybe in terms of your opinion of what you like more, but I mean, just do what you do great, and don't try to do what these other leagues are doing.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think it's time to close out Beam City Sports, previewing the NBA Finals Game 2 and reacting to Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We'll be back on Wednesday live on the radio and on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
1 second. Damn. Sac Republic's down 1-0 at half.
Sac Republic.
Cheers.
Might lose.